Television is saying great efforts are being made to protect our national currency with counterfeit and money laundering. Frank, that's true. There is a very great effort being put to protect your national sovereign currency, and it will have a new exchange rate to match it. All the monetary reform education taught to you up to this point is what's going on. The training at the border is playing an important part in the security of your currency. IMO, your dinar, is about to become the most powerful currency in the world, surpassing Kuwait. Parliamentary Finance discusses with a U.S. delegation the file for contracts of foreign oil companies operating in Kurdistan. They are getting things sorted out to put final numbers on the budget tables for HCL. Big things are going on. Parliamentary Finance Committee explodes a surprise regarding the cost of extracting oil from the Kurdistan region. Kurdistan has always wanted a bigger percent of the oil proceeds, as the percent now allocated is not enough. The cost of extraction varies by oil well, and this has been the reason all along why the Kurds are illegally selling their oil outside of the pump-metered system. This can easily be remedied, but Baghdad has to take the time to listen and then take actions to reason with the Kurds on this matter. They are going to work it out as the budget amendments have been passed. It's looking very good for us, and that would be Tier 4A and 4B going together and getting notified, we believe, as early as Wednesday, 2525, if not, we would start on Thursday, 2625. So that's very exciting. Trump restores tough line on Iran, includes watch on Iraqi banks, Gulf states transshipment of prohibited goods, quote, U.S. President Donald Trump revived the tough line toward Iran. Two documents released by the White House, National Security Presidential Memorandum, NSPM-2 and Fact Sheet. President Donald J. Trump restores maximum pressure on Iran. NSPM-2 is addressed to 17 senior officials at 16 U.S. government agencies, including the State Department. NSPM-2 directs the Secretary of State to take immediate steps in coordination with the Secretary of the Treasury to ensure that the Iraqi financial system is not utilized by Iran for sanctions evasion or circumvention, and that Gulf countries are not used as sanctions evasion transshipment points. Even if the budget comes out at the old rate, don't panic. Sadani knows what he's doing. The longer he can hide this from Parliament, the better. All the information about the new exchange rate has not been released yet, but within 0.13 days this budget will expose itself. It has no choice. This budget has no choice but to show its true colors in order for it to come to life. A new exchange rate cannot wait much longer. Two experts to Saba, Iraq's cash reserves are reassuring. Quote, academic Dr. Nabil Al-Marsomi, Iraq ranked third in the Arab world in terms of foreign exchange reserves for the year 2024. To $106.7 billion in 2024 according to data from the Central Bank of Iraq. He added that the country has large cash reserves, which are greater than 100% of the volume of the issued currency. Over time the dong's value decreased, making it one of the lowest valued currencies in the world. Despite this, Vietnam's economy has grown rapidly in recent decades, and the dong remains a crucial symbol of the country's resilience and independence. The word dong means copper in Vietnamese, a nod to the traditional copper coins used in ancient times. You can trade the VND on the forex market, or you can do what many investors have done, and that is purchase the currency and wait for the value to increase. Think we all know the United States is sitting on a very large stack of Iraqi dinar. Probably many other currencies as well, because if we know about it, they know about it. If we can figure it out, they probably have. They're one step ahead of us. That's a good thing, because if this is a benefit for the United States of America, and if it's a benefit for Iraq, and if it's a benefit for other Middle Eastern countries, let's get going. Iraq and Jordan agree to reorganize entry of goods. They are working on a joint economic city on the border, so this will become a border city, or a trade city for both sides. Jordan is widely accepted as a friend to all westernized countries and will open up an enormous door for Iraq internationally. This is big and exciting news. Trump cancels U.S. exemption for Iraq to import electricity and gas from Iran. Quote, U.S. President Donald Trump canceled, on Wednesday, the exemption granted to Iraq to import electricity and gas from Iran, as part of the new package of sanctions on Iran. It also includes taking immediate steps, in coordination with the Secretary of the Treasury and other relevant agencies, to ensure that Iran does not use the Iraqi financial system to evade or circumvent sanctions, and that the Gulf states are not used as a transshipment point to evade sanctions. IMO. They are using the lower notes at the Iraqi border for training. Governor of the Central Bank of Iraq receives the French ambassador accompanied by a delegation from the French business sector. Quote, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Mr. Ali Mohsen El-Alak, received the French ambassador to Iraq, Mr. Patrick Dorail, and a French delegation, which included a number of French banks and companies in various sectors, in the presence of officials from the Central Bank of Iraq and the Director General of TBI Bank. A U.S. senator has criticized the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, for spending $20 million on an Iraqi version of Sesame Street, among other projects she described as wasteful and dangerous spending and corruption. Under the Biden administration, USAID has given $20 million to the nonprofit Sesame Workshop to produce All in Sesame Iraq, a show that aims to promote inclusion, mutual respect, and understanding among ethnic, religious, and sectarian groups. The report quoted Senator Joni Ernst as saying on the social media platform X, USAID has played a pivotal role in supporting Iraq since 2003, contributing to formal and informal institutions, civil society organizations, banks, and the widespread provision of school supplies such as backpacks and notebooks before moving to activating civil society more broadly, the report added. USAID was the world's largest single donor, with the United States spending $72 billion in fiscal year 2023 on areas such as women's health, clean water, energy security, and anti-corruption, according to U.S. allegations. From diverting tax dollars to risky research in a Wuhan lab to sending Ukrainians to Paris Fashion Week, USAID is the International is one of the worst perpetrators of waste crimes in Washington and around the world, according to the U.S. Senator. He explained that, in Iraq, the agency entered into a partnership with the National Bank of Iraq in 2024 to provide $1.65 million in financing for small and medium-sized enterprises, launched a project to support more than 18,000 Iraqis, and supported 25 commercial projects in the Iraqi capital through the Baghdad Makers initiative, according to the report. Previous reports had revealed that the program includes holding workshops to create creative content for youth in a number of Iraqi governorates to enhance technical skills, which were held in cooperation with Iraqi youth, sports directorates, and government institutions, according to U.S. allegations. The State of Law Coalition expected, today, Thursday, to hold a new session of Parliament in order to make amendments to the controversial laws and pass them in a different way than before, at the request of the